holding revival, and we expect them to come to us. Has anybody in here figured out what it doesn't work like that? Look at all the signs all around the community, all of the churches that are holding revivals, and they're not attracting new people. They're washing around other people from one congregation to another, but they're not really being effective at bringing in new people. The reason is that fishing technique is wrong. You have to go out into the highways and byways and hedges to catch the catfish. The catfish will not come to you. The bass will not come to you. The minnows will not come to you. You must go to where the fish are. Okay, thanks, guys. Everybody, I appreciate it. When you go to where the fish are, you will attract attention. When you attract attention, you will draw to you other people who think like you. You'll end up with a soul-winning church. I cannot try to win your brains, I have to win your soul. If I win numbers in the church but do not win your soul or the way you think, I still have lost in the larger sense of the word. Turn with me, if you will, and we'll be very quick with this. Turn with me, if you will, to the book of Matthew. And I want to show you Jesus at work in the street. Look around the 20th verse. I'll start reading before then. I'm going to start reading in verse 16 on chapter 9. Chapter 9 of Matthew, reading in verse 16. Jesus knew that the average religious person will not get this. And when you try to cause the religious people to understand, they're going to fight you and argue with you. They're going to disagree with you. And Jesus said it this way. Give me a second. I'm right at 3 pages here. Okay. Jesus said, no man puts on a piece of new cloth on an old garment, for that which is put on to fill it up, take it from the garment, and the garment is rent and made worse. In other words, as long as people keep thinking the same old way, then what I'm sharing with you will not make any sense to them. Neither do men put new wine in old bottles, lest the bottles break, and the wine runs out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. I am looking at a very young church. I'm seeing a lot of youth, a lot of young people. These are new wineskins, so to speak. These are people who can expand their thinking without any problem. They can take a hold of the ideas that I'm sharing with you and expand it in their mind and go out and make this happen, which will cause the church to grow. Because you are a young church, you can think young thoughts. You're not stuck with old traditional ways of doing things. You have the ability to conceive new thoughts, new ideas, new attitudes. What can we as young people do to make our church grow? Somebody say that with me. What can we do as young people? look and see what you need to do to make your church grow. I thank God for your musician that does play, but he's not always here. You need more musicians. Okay? You will come to a point where you need more microphones, better PA system, and all of that. But you have to begin to think strategically what it is going to take to catch the kind of people you want. If you want children, a lot of children in your church, a lot of males, then you hold children's programs. If you want business people in your church, then you hold business seminars. We need to understand biblical economics. We need to understand how to change our thinking in business terms so that we can be more effective in our everyday life. If you want to reach the down and out, you need to fish where the down and out are located. The poor will always have with you. But you have to think strategically if you're going to fish. And you have to think of fishing for men. The women and children we will always have with us. Thank God for women and children. Thank your hands for women and children. But if you want our church to grow, you have to raise the ratio of men in the church. And as we do, the entire church will grow as a result. Now, then I just want to close on this thought, going down to verse 20. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood for 12 years came and beheld him, and came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, if I may touch the hem of his garment, I may be made whole. This woman knew, according to the 15th chapter of Numbers, and also Deuteronomy chapter 22, she knew that the priests kept the promises of God sewn in the phylacteries or the hems of their garments. And it was an understood thing that when you touch the promise, you touch the solution. You touch the answer to your problem. It was understood that to become healed from a priest, you touch the hem of his garment where the promises are and lay hold of the promise. But the problem was, these priests have made another law that said you cannot touch the hem of a priest's garment unless you're clean. So it's what they call a catch-22. I need to be clean. I have issues that I need to be cleansed from, but I can't touch the place where the answers are because there's a rule that says you can't touch the priest because you're unclean. The answer is there, but you can't have it. And she saw that Jesus was touchable. Christian, we have got to become touchable. If we are not touchable, the world is going to continue to suffer with issues. Her issue of blood was only one of her issues. You have issues. I have issues. We need people who have solutions to our issues. The world needs people who have answers to their issues. And if we will become touchable, where they can reach out to touch the hem of our garment, where they can begin to feel that we care, we honestly, genuinely care about their issues, God will use the virtue that is in you to make them whole. I didn't hear an amen on that. Let me say it again. God will use the virtue in you to make them whole of their issues, and you will win numbers in your church.